Once upon a time, in the depths of a forest filled with greenery, there existed a place called Hazelnut Village. This village got its name from the large and sturdy hazelnut trees in the region. The villagers were cheerful and helpful. Every morning, they would wake up amidst the chirping of birds and the murmuring of river waters, spending their days with fun activities. Tommy, the youngest inhabitant of Hazelnut Village, was a boy who lived in a cabin nestled amidst the greens of the forest. Tommy had a curiosity and spirit of adventure that belied his age. Every day, he embarked on explorations of the forest. Clad in a red hat and accompanied by his faithful companion, a small brown fox named Rusty, he dashed from one adventure to another. One morning, as Tommy and Rusty set out to explore beyond their village, Tommy suddenly noticed something sparkling beneath his feet. Excitedly, he bent down and unearthed it from the ground. The shining object turned out to be an old and mysterious hazelnut shell. "Rusty, look how intriguing this is!" exclaimed Tommy, carefully examining the hazelnut shell. Rusty approached, wagging his tail, and peered at the shell with curiosity. "What do you think it could be?" asked Rusty, sniffing at the shell. Tommy, trying to carefully open the shell to discover what lay inside. However, when the shell opened, all they found was a piece of old parchment. Tommy retrieved the parchment and read it eagerly. "If you have found this note, then you stand on the threshold of a great secret. Do you have the courage to unravel the mysterious history of Hazelnut Village?" Tommy's eyes sparkled with excitement. "What could this mean, Rusty? Does Hazelnut Village have a secret?" Rusty nodded in agreement. "It certainly seems so, Tommy. What should we do?" Tommy tucked the parchment into his pocket with determination. "Let's return to the village and devise a plan to uncover this mystery, Rusty." As they made their way back to the village, a wave of excitement surged within Tommy. His adventure concerning the mystery of Hazelnut Village was just beginning, and he and Rusty would work together to unravel this secret. Tommy and Rusty returned to the village, immediately heading to the large oak tree in the village square. Sitting beneath its branches, Tommy took out the parchment once again, studying it intently. "We need to make a plan to uncover the village's secret," Tommy declared firmly. "Perhaps we can find some information in old books or from some of the village's elders." Rusty wagged his tail in agreement. "Yes, let's do that. But where do we start?" Tommy pondered for a moment, then recalled the old bookstore by the riverside. "Maybe Mr. Bookseller can help us. His shop is filled with ancient books." Rusty nodded eagerly. "Good idea, Tommy. Let's find him." Tommy and Rusty dashed towards the old bookstore by the river. Upon reaching it, they were greeted by the sight of shelves filled with dusty tomes. Mr. Bookseller, adjusting his glasses, was searching for a book on one of the shelves. "Mr. Bookseller!" Tommy called out excitedly. Mr. Bookseller looked up, greeting the young adventurers warmly. "Ah, Tommy and Rusty, welcome. What brings you here today?" Tommy handed him the parchment, showing him the mysterious note they had found. "We found this note and we want to uncover the mystery of Hazelnut Village. Do you have any books that could help us?" Mr. Bookseller examined the note carefully before his eyes lit up with recognition. Ah, yes, indeed, a mysterious note. The secret of Hazelnut Village. He gestured for them to follow him inside the shop. Let's go in and search together. Tommy and Rusty entered the bookstore, scanning the shelves eagerly. Mr. Bookseller rummaged through the books until he found an old leather-bound volume and handed it to Tommy with a hopeful smile. Here, this book tells the history of Hazelnut Village. Perhaps it holds clues to unraveling the mystery, he said optimistically. Tommy opened the book carefully, flipping through its pages. Rusty stood by his side, watching intently. Here it is, Tommy exclaimed excitedly after a while. It says here, "The Secret of Hazelnut Village." Tommy continued to read from the old book with eager anticipation. The secret of Hazelnut Village dates back to long before its establishment. According to legend, an ancient wizard who founded the village planted a colossal hazelnut tree in its center. This tree brought abundance and prosperity to the villagers. However, after the wizard's demise, turmoil befell the village. Legend has it that the wizard left a clue about a hidden treasure beneath the tree. But this clue can only be deciphered by the right person. For years, the villagers searched for the treasure, yet no one could find it. Numerous rumors and legends circulated about the treasure, but the truth remained shrouded in mystery. Tommy absorbed the information intently and then turned to Mr. Bookseller with a questioning look. "So, according to this, the secret of our village is a treasure?" Mr. Bookseller nodded thoughtfully. "It seems so, Tommy. But to find this treasure, the clue left by the wizard must be deciphered. That will be the real adventure." Tommy's face lit up with excitement. "Rusty, this is going to be a great adventure. Let's tell the villagers and work together to solve this mystery." Rusty wagged his tail eagerly. "Yes, Tommy, this sounds like a thrilling idea." Tommy and Rusty returned to the village square and shared the revelation with the other villagers. The villagers, eager for adventure, gathered together to devise a plan to uncover the wizard's clue and find the hidden treasure. Days and weeks passed, with the villagers meticulously examining every stone and scrutinizing every clue in their quest to solve the mystery. Yet, despite their efforts, no one succeeded in deciphering the wizard's cryptic message. Undeterred, Tommy, Rusty, and the villagers persisted in their search. And one day, as Tommy's gaze wandered to the colossal hazelnut tree at the center of the village, he had a sudden realization. Perhaps the answer lies right here. Under this tree, Tommy declared with determination. Rusty and the villagers gathered around him as they made their way to the tree. And at that moment, they noticed a glimmer emanating from one of the roots. Excitedly, they began to dig into the earth. And finally, buried beneath the soil, they uncovered an old and mysterious chest. Tommy, Rusty, and the villagers opened the chest eagerly, revealing a treasure trove of sparkling jewels inside. The wizard's clue had led them to the treasure at last. The villagers rejoiced, embracing one another in celebration. Tommy smiled, turning to Rusty by his side. "Rusty, this was a real adventure. And I'm grateful to have had you by my side throughout it all." Rusty looked up at Tommy with affection and wagged his tail joyfully. "Always, Tommy. Always." And thus, the secret of Hazelnut Village was finally unraveled. and the villagers would forever cherish the grand adventure they had shared together. Would you please like the video and subscribe to my channel?